I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're looking at stories of divorced women confronting a reality they never expected. What once seemed like a fresh start begins to look very different once the consequences set in. Sometimes, the life that looks better from a distance isn't quite what it seemed up close.
What's the one thing you wish everyone around you knew about getting divorced?
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage, the loss of your hopes and dreams together. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of a friend, the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day and to tell, your small wins and your small victories. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together and haven't been together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend again.
Here's another story of someone making a major life decision while believing a different path would lead to greater happiness. At the time, the choice seemed clear and the future looked promising. But confidence and reality don't always move in the same direction. Once the excitement faded, the consequences began to appear. Watch closely, because this next clip shows what happens when expectations collide with reality.
Is there anyone out there in TikTok land that can tell me what you're supposed to do with your life when you've been in a relationship for 20 plus years with the same person? You have children, you have, built a life together, and then all of a sudden that life is no longer. What are you supposed to do with your life? Like, I work, I'm a registered nurse, I have a career, I guess. I have hobbies. I have, a house. I have all the things that I guess you need to live the life, but I don't know how. I don't, do you date other people? Do you sort of, I just don't know. I want to focus on myself. I want to be happy. I want to heal from this whole process that I've been in. But I also want to live life. I also want to have fun. I don't want it to be all about being miserable and feeling sad and just going through the motions of life because my relationship, my marriage broke down. I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. I want to move on, and I want to just find joy in life again.
The moment that phrase is said, you can almost see where the story is heading. It's a pattern that shows up in situations like this again and again. The focus turns toward finding happiness, but the outcome doesn't always match the expectation. Then comes the unexpected part. While one person is still looking back, the other quietly moves on. And that's when reality starts to set in. The next clip shows exactly how that played out.
My husband fell in love with my best friend. Now ex-husband, ex-best friend, but they fell in love. It's now been 4 years, and I wanted to share a very important lesson that I learned. The people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life. Nothing will stop them from simply being in your life. If it's so easy for someone to leave, then they were never truly meant to be with you long-term anyways. Also, I see people begging people to stay in their life. You really want someone in your life that you have to beg for? No, thank you. And if you're really fighting for someone to stay, don't you value and respect yourself enough to just let them go? I know that divorce is really hard, and I know that sitting in the loneliness is really hard, but it's way better than begging and pleading for someone to see your worth and your value. You are worth so much more than that, and I hope you see that. So from one heartbreak to another, I see you and I love you.
Many people say they've moved on, but actions often tell a different story. Sometimes the image being presented doesn't quite match what's happening behind the scenes. When an ex's new life keeps becoming a topic of conversation, it can reveal more than intended. And in this case, one of her recent videos seems to show a very different side of the story. Watch this next clip closely.
So there are some crucial things that people don't talk about after you go through a divorce. The fact that the quietness And the emptiness in your home when you don't have your spouse or your children is deafening. You have to really get comfortable with being alone, and it's very uncomfortable. You quickly realize that you are now the center stage of all conversation in your friend group because you're now living this wild and fun life because you're no longer attached to anybody. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of my time crying and eating pizza and drinking wine in the bathtub. Being single is glamorized in today's society, and people are saying, yes, good for being single, and you should really, really just enjoy it. It's so freeing. When really you lost your purpose because you've been supporting this person for X amount of years and supporting their aspirations and their goals and their dreams and their desires, and you lost yourself along the way. So now it's beautiful. You get to find yourself, but it's hard to sit in that and be like, oh, who the am I? So maybe be a little bit more gentle on the single people in your life.
Social media often highlights the best moments while leaving out the struggles behind them. The confident posts may tell one story, but reality can sometimes tell another. Major decisions often come with challenges that don't appear on camera. That's why it's important to look beyond the image and focus on the outcome. The lesson here is straightforward. Understand your options, think carefully before making major life decisions, and focus on the long-term consequences rather than the emotions of the moment. Clear expectations and informed choices can prevent a lot of future problems. Thanks for watching and being part of the discussion. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.